All right, we are back. What is up, gang? Yeah, we've got some Christmas music in the background. It's me, Stizzy. Hope everybody's doing great out there. Word on a Tuesday effing morning. If you're in the East Coast, this is morning. If you're in the West Coast of America, this is really effing early. And if you're in Europe, word, this is like nighttime too, right? Word. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. There's a couple of you guys. Thank you. Serenity, I see you, bro. Thank you for not missing this one. Word. And at least for the month of whatever is left of December and January, word, we're gonna have a couple of these not to miss. And well, I just hope everybody's doing great out there. Let's turn down the Christmas cheer, because this shit is like yeah, a little bit too much. And CK2 is really going in with this word, Christmas music. Like, and I've never heard this track. It's kind of dope though. Or yeah, but yeah, we'll stick with it. Yes, but word, we are checking out the random world that we left off in about 8 months ago. Word, and for those of you that know what this is about, or that aren't new to this series, just be patient. Let me break it down for the new guys. So basically what I did was a randomized world, and I took those bare bone elements of that randomized world. I started it in the in the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2, and yeah, basically I started off in the earliest start date. There's some mods that you could start a little bit earlier, but then there are some cultures that you don't get in those earlier start dates. So I started off at the earliest start date, which is for regular a Game of Thrones mod players would be the Century of Blood, or I guess that's pretty much it. And then Aegon's conquering and all that shit. Word, yeah, and that's 7898. So kept the cultures the same, kept family houses similar. So for example, up here in the north, you will find a Stark. It might not be a Stark in Winterfell, it might be a Stark somewhere else, but yeah, you will find a Baratheon, somewhere around this lower area, right? So the whole idea of it was, I got kind of like bored and I just started like creating a world. And that's a real part about Crusader Kings 2 overall that I love. And I love the Game of Thrones mod. So fast forward 5 episodes where we left off at, we had created a kingdom beyond the wall. We had created a territory. We had created this territory called the Wall. We had created another territory called the Barrowlands, but we didn't take care of anything south of that. And as you see, we have a completely finished Westeros. Word. So what a fucking update, right? Word. So we're actually going to pick up where we kind of left off in update number 5, which was we were finishing off the territory that's usually called the Vale. All right, so we ended up, let's click on the ruler. So something that was really kind of like pushing me, especially with the Vale, that interested me, were that I wanted to create a kingdom that was based around the religion of the mountain villagers, right? Or the mountain wildlings, right? Those are the guys in the series that help out Tyrion and everything. And what's that guy? I think Mugga or whatever, some shit like that. Word. But they're like the tall kind of like wildling people that live in the mountains that lead up to the Eyrie and all that stuff, right? And their religion is the old gods of the mountain. So it's kind of like a heresy of the old gods, period. But word, it's just pretty cool. So we ended up making an entire kingdom based on that religion. And what's pretty dope and what I really love about this kingdom specifically is that this kingdom has 2 different kinds of operating systems. For example, you have a traditional feudal government, which is led by the emperor tier, and it's an emperor tier when they have all these like diamonds. Or is she a queen? I'm not fucking sure. But the queen tier, where you have the feudal system that she operates under, and then underneath her, I'm pretty sure this is an empire tier. Yeah, she's an empress. Word. All right, so she's at the empire tier, and at the empire tier, she operates as a feudal vassal, as a as if with a feudal government. But beneath her, you'll see that there's also a feudal government, right? Same religion. But what's dope is that we ended up also creating a tribal kingdom, right? Because this tribal kingdom takes up this northern part of the Vale. And again, when I'm thinking like the mountainous regions, and you know, of course, there could be mountains in the southern region as well. When you think about like, what is that shit, Dorne and everything, right? They're all based on like hiding in the mountains and staying away from Aegon or whatever. But I basically carved out this northern part of the Vale territory and gave it to this tribal leader, and she is pretty interesting. We won't get into like all of like the main characters of the show or any of the world or anything like that, but yeah, she's pretty interesting. Queen Janice of the Bite, and again, she still follows that religion, but this is basically what would happen if like those mountain clansmen ended up kind of like finding a way to get some kind of structure, right? If they weren't just all stupid people with like bullshit armor, if they were a group of people to actually be respected and brought into an empire, right? And that's what this Queen Carol of House Coldwater has managed to do. So really enjoyed creating this world right here, or this empire over here. All right, and yeah, and okay, we can touch on that a little bit. All right, so there's going to be kind of like a theme with all of these kingdoms or all of these regions where they have a specific kind of like artifact that is kind of like specific for those people, right? So because I've got a shit ton of mods going on, a lot of their treasuries have a whole bunch of stuff, but eventually most of these, and again, we're in update 6, right? That it isn't the final update, but most of these kingdoms will have kind of like things that they associate with, and we'll kind of like start getting to that as we move forward. But yeah, that's the Kingdom of the Vale, Kingdom of what's that kingdom? Kingdom of the Giants Lance, excuse me. That's operating in the Kingdom of the Vale territory. Again, I'm making it, and I'm still a little confused, right? All right. So to the west of it, we have the Kingdom of, let me not call it something that it's not. We have the Kingdom of Seaguard, and this is I believe, yes, this is just a regular kingdom tier kingdom. All right, and this has about how many duchies? We have about 2 duchies operating, so she has is about 3 duchies, honestly. So she has the